My people, we finally have our very first sponsor. I know, what the heck, thank you all. Before we get into that, in today's video I'm gonna walk you guys through my entire drawing process, where I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I already have a coloring video. In that video I don't use any layer modes. In this video I will do that.
Question mark.
Disclaimer, I did not go to any art school, so I might not know all the art terms or rules. I'm just gonna explain like how you explain to a 5-year-old. And be ready to be annoyed because I will draw, erase, draw and erase, draw. The sponsor of today's video is Milanote. Milanote is a tool for organizing. Yeah, that's it.
No.
It's a visual planner which you can use at every step of your creative process. I use it both as a planner and a sketchbook. It's 2024 and you're still using a physical sketchbook? I'm just salty. I use it to store my progress throughout the years. Yeah, I didn't draw between those years. Not only just images, but you can drag and create notes. Like I have created a note here on the improvements I want to make. You know, just to look like I know what I'm doing. I also have created a board dedicated to my biggest art inspiration. It's full of art pieces from other artists who inspire me the most. My most favorite feature in Milanote has to be the draw feature, using which you can draw on top of the board. It's like just grabbing a pen and making notes. In my case, I made small notes on what exactly I like about a particular piece. Like here, I love the texture. In this one, I love the mood. And here, Anyways, I'm gonna show you guys one last board. It's something I've been working on secretly. It's my OCs. Orphanage is not the only place I keep them. This is why I love Milanote. Never did I ever think I could get this organized. I have created separate columns dedicated to each character with their names and subboards holding their sketches and inspos. A little to-do list to remind me of things I need to add to the character. What can I say? I'm an organized person now. Inside the sketchbook, bam, I have stored all of my sketches of the character. Oh, I forgot about this one. You can add music from Spotify to your boards. That's so cool. I know artists always have a song associated with their character. Here I have a note with basic details of the character, a to-do list on what I want to consider adding to the character, like I wanted to see if a cursed paper stuck to his tongue is practical or just a fan service. As soon as I had that idea, I pulled up the sketch feature and drew that idea on the app. I also have inspo board in each column of the character where I have gathered all the inspiration for the character, their clothing, body type, weapon of choice, bread. Oh well. You can also invite teammates to leave feedback. I don't have a teammate, so I just asked my friend for feedback. She's not very nice. Milanote is available for free with no time limit. They are the channel's very first sponsor. Show them some love and sign up to Milanote using the link in the description. Moving on to the video. Before creating anything, I need to have a general aura of what I want to create. What can I say? I'm a visual creator. I have already gathered a few images on Milanote. This is what I'm going for. Dark but angelic. Now that I have a general vibe, I usually collect a few images from Pinterest for poses. So that's what we're gonna do. I added Milanote as chroma extension. So now if I want to add picture to my board, you see that? As you can see, the save option, I just have to click it and select which board I want the picture to be saved on. And as you can see, it's saved on my new project board. You can just drag it and place it on the board. So I'm gonna save a bunch of reference now. Ooh, my favorite artist. Let's go under her. I like this one. Is it just me or the Pinterest is not really giving nowadays? I have to scroll for like 3 hours. 3 hours! And reach the weird side of the Pinterest to get some good poses. Okay, I have saved all the reference to Milanote. I will just arrange them real quick and we can get to sketching. Now I'm gonna split the screen and have my drawing software on the left and Milanote on the right. I know some people don't like to split the screen, but I do. I need my reference as close to me as possible. As for my brushes, I have linked all of them in the description. If you see me using a brush that I have not linked, act like you didn't.
No!
Just kidding. It's either because I created the brush, which I plan to sell on soon, or I couldn't find the pen. I couldn't find like one pen though. Don't come at me for my skill issue while sketching. I know some artists call this a sketch, but my sketch actually sketches. My sketch involves no brain usage. There is not an ounce of detail or composition. anatomy,
Where?
line weight,
Where?
knowledge. But I do have a vision for this piece. I want to put a whale on her and call her my wife. Favorite artist reference? Maybe. Also added some of my art to the board because I keep forgetting my own art style. The only thing I do care about while sketching is probably the face angle. That's it. I know that finger looks like a radish and I do not care. After drawing a bunch of sketches, I see that it's time to change careers. But I can smell some potential in these two the most. Now, my next goal is to add basic colors to both of these sketches and see which one looks better. Because when I think a sketch looks good, I'm just hallucinating. Give me my meds, because as soon as I start coloring it, it's a path of destruction. Somehow it ends up looking horrible, like this one. Coloring the second sketch. For my skin, I mostly choose from this area. I'm gonna pull the general vibe just in case I don't wanna mess up. What can I say? I'm a wishful creature. Since the main color theme is black, the clothes gotta be black. Clothes drawn with texture pen always look good. One more thing about the black, I always choose black color with green or blue undertone instead of just plain black. To me, they look better for some reason. I'm coloring the lace here using the brush I created. I call it the 3D brush. Best brush when it comes to drawing laces and ruffles. I'm gonna pull up the reference for the dress and double click on the picture to make it the main focus.
Ruffles, boring.
I will explain the coloring as we move forward because I keep erasing and redrawing. Obviously the second sketch looks better, so that's what we're gonna draw. But we need to name her first. I shall call this child Rebecca. I created a new layer and painted a muddy color all over Rebecca and set the layers mode to multiply. Okay, so there's two ways I do the light. It's either by erasing the multiply layer, which I did not like with the space. And the other method is to just pick a bright color and apply on the area where the light is hitting. With texture brush, obviously. Normal mode, no add glow, all that stuff. Always make sure to draw the background in early stages of the art. I created a new layer with overlay mode, airbrushed some blues on the shadow areas and yellow on the face to give the face the warmness of the light. Once I truly feel like, yes, this is going somewhere, I'm not delusional, that's when I dare to do the line art. I have trust issues with my own art. I use the same pen that I used for the sketch for the line art too. My line art once again is not very detailed except for the clothing. Spoiler alert, I do end up erasing the whole face, but I kept it in the video in case somebody wants to know how I drew that. In this face, which I will end up erasing soon, I try to do my usual style of introducing random colors to the face. For the blush, I go for warm and vibrant color. Usually I slap that blush all over the face, but this time I'm controlling myself.
But the parasites in me want the candy.
For the shadows, I went for a desaturated blue. What I learned from my mistakes in coloring eyes is that if it's too dark, it doesn't look good in my art style. So I pick colors like mild brown, grey and very little black. Here's where I slapped the random color of purple. It usually works out for me, okay, but this time it did not. God forbid I have a peaceful drawing session. I apply this random color on the upper eye area, very little on the bluish,
Who's at the demon?
on the corners of the shadow, and on hair highlights. For the hair, I started out by adding darker colors, basically the shadows on darker areas where the light isn't gonna sneak in, and the back hair. I tried to add the random color in the hair to see if it works, but instead that humbled me. At this point, I'm gonna add more details overall. It's a very simple process. Dark colors on shadow areas and highlights on top. To get a silky hair look, use a thick painty brushes like the one I have linked below. Drawing the hands. Guys, I promise I can draw better hands. Today was not my day for the hands. If you remember, I mentioned before that when I use black, it's either has a blue or green undertone. In Rebecca's dress, I have a green undertone. So to color highlights, I will pick a mid-tone from the same color or surrounding color. Not too bright though, since it's a black dress. For the ruffle shadows, you can see me using the color of the same family, green in this case. The same green that I used for the black parts of the dress. This is to build up the harmony and make it look like it's one piece. Oh my god, I'm so mad because this embroidery detail doesn't make it to the final. The hair and the hand hides it. I used a texture pen to draw the patterns, by the way. I feel like the ruffles were not really popping, so I took the same green but a bit darker and added on the edges. I used a stripe brush to add more of the, I don't know, I just saw an artist do that. I used a tone curve and played around to see if any color tweaks look good or not. It in fact did not. take a picture, guys, because this is the last time you're gonna see this face. Yeah, so I'm redoing the line out of the face. Trying to match the background to my general vibe reference. One thing about lighting is that you don't have to be logical. You don't have to put light on every single area it's gonna hit. Like here, that forehead, look at that. It looks like she hit her head and has a patch on. I don't care if that's logical. If it looks like bird shit, it's gotta go. I'm again using a warm color for blush. Not too much though.
But the parasites in me multiply.
Same eye. I added more yellow to the overlay layer because the light from the above isn't gonna be the only light source. Again, a bluish grayish color for the shadow. I use a warm color under the eye because of the yellow light that's going on. If the light source from the above was the only light, then the under eye would have been darker, desaturated color. At this point, I'm adding more yellow to the mid and ends of the hair. Again, it's due to the yellow light that's sprouting from the middle. have to say bye to the shoulder embroidery, I drew some hand embroidery. Same technique, applying the white color first and then using the airbrush to smoothly erase the surface and use a texture pen to draw. The opacity of the overlay layer, which has the yellow color, was set at 60 degrees. I increased it to 100 for maximized power. Created a new layer with add glow as the mode and drew some sparkles. The veil was created using the multiply layer. Sorry, I thought I was recording, but I was not. It was 4 AM and I was half asleep while drawing this, okay? As the final step, I play around with tone curve to get different effects. I have never drawn a crystal before, so I thought it would be hard. It was in fact hard. And that is all, you all. I'm never recording such a big video anymore. I'm losing my mind. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel and sign up for Milanote.